Hello ladies and gentlemen, this is Behram Kazi from Grassroots Cricket reporting live from Rawalpindi International Cricket Stadium. I have with me over here ESPN Cricinfo journalist Vithushan Ehantharajah. Welcome to Pakistan, Vithushan. How has the country treated you thus far?
Yeah, brilliantly. I mean, everyone is so welcoming, and it's nice to be here. It feels quite historic. I know, my colleague Matt Roller came here for the T20s a couple of months ago, and he raved about the place. It's my first time here as well. My parents are from Sri Lanka, so I've travelled a lot in the area, but first time in Pakistan, and great to be here, and great to be at a point in this test match where it feels like we might get something.
Yeah, and we're absolutely thrilled to have you over here, Wish. And just go on to tell me, the way this test match has progressed. It's kind of at a brink at this point where, we might have a result. So how many runs do you think England need? What sort of target do they need to set Pakistan in order to force a result? And how many overs would they need to bowl Pakistan out in the fourth innings?
Well, I should probably start with the last part of that question, really, because it is all about overs. England really fought to take the 10 that they did take in the Pakistan first innings. And really, I suppose if we go by recent Test history, you kind of think teams like to go in with more runs than they think the opposition are going to get for that final innings. England have said from the start they don't care if they lose. They've said from the start that they don't want any draws. And I suppose, this is one of the few, certainly this is the first time in the Brendan McCullum, Ben Stokes era where they've won the toss and chosen to bat first. So this is a completely different dynamic, really. And I suppose only now are we going to see, how true to their word they are. And, they've chased down scores remarkably well over the last 9 months. In terms of the actual runs they want to put on the board, you'd think you'd need 4 sessions to bowl a team out on this. Bear in mind, because of the reduced overs as well, we've lost plenty of overs in this game because of the light. It disappears very quickly. So we'll say 4 sessions gives you about, what you're saying there, 90 overs potentially at least. I think they'll have to go with that. 4 and over, 360. They'd have to go some in this second session. We're at lunch at the moment. I'd say 4 sessions. They'd want 4 sessions, wouldn't they? So depending on how quickly they fancy scoring, bear in mind they've already lost 2 wickets. You've got some big hitters coming in lower down. Livingston might not be able to bat. So yeah, it is a tricky one. I'm really sitting on the fence here by saying 4 sessions, but I think ultimately whatever they finish out at T will be what they pull out at.
Fair enough. So we reckon it'll be a brave declaration then. Whatever they have at T, they kind of go for the jugular.
Yeah, it would have to be, wouldn't it? Certainly if they want to push for a proper result. And it feels like now they're actually at quite a good point, because sometimes I think in third innings they are quite difficult to score your runs because you don't really know the state of play in the game. They had a decent lead, all told. But I think, sorry, cards is going by now. I think fundamentally what they want to be in a position to do is keep their attacking fields in, and they don't want to be in a position where they're worrying about the runs. So has it been breaking up? It's hard to tell. There's a bit of variable balance. There's a little bit of turn.
The pitch has come under much scrutiny in the first 3 days, and we're just, keen to see whether or not it changes over the last 2 days. And if it breaks up a bit, then it might become quite a bit of a challenge for Pakistan to survive. But England, I think, are very nicely poised to just throw the kitchen sink at it in this upcoming session. And if they can get around 200 runs, which is not beyond the realms of possibility at all, I think they'll be pretty well positioned in the game. What do you say?
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, especially with 200. I suppose the thing for them would be, Babar Azam, brilliant 100 yesterday. Very conservative captain. Pakistan, by and large, are quite a conservative test side. They wouldn't go for it, would they?
Well, they might, because when they were chasing down that target versus Australia and Babar was on 196, Rizwan and Babar, when they were together, they did say that they were contemplating actually going for it.
Yeah.
But then Babar lost his wicket. But you don't really associate that sort of bravery with this Pakistan side, but then they tend to surprise us every now and then. It is Pakistan cricket after all, isn't it?
Yeah, I don't wonder if actually they'll be enticed by the fact that England will set quite attacking fields all the way through. It's fascinatingly poised. I think if we get a positive result for either team in this first match, I think it sets up the rest of the series very nicely, especially given what Ramiz Raja was saying on Tuesday at lunchtime when he did his media rounds. Very, very angry, wasn't he, with the pitch curator. But he was saying basically that he reckons Multan will be much of the same. Obviously, Karachi's a little bit different because of the climate there as well. That might do a bit more for the spinners. Well, will do a bit more for the spinners. But it feels like, whichever this game falls, I think anything but a draw would be good for the series.
Yeah, I mean, we're definitely hoping for a tantalizing finish, especially with the disappointment that has come with the surface, because the Rawalpindi surface generally tends to be a good one, especially for fast bowlers. It's very conducive to pace bowling. And if you look at the domestic scores in the Quaid-e-Azam Trophy all season, the highest score was 384, and the next one was like 280 something. So it's been rather like shocking, this development, and we're hoping for better pitches in the future. And of course, Ramiz Raja is at the helm, so we hope for better things. Just on a closing note, we've seen 7 centuries in this test match. Which one did you enjoy most?
Which one did I enjoy most? I think Zach Crawley's was good because it felt, after the scrutiny he was under, justified scrutiny as well, thought, the relief. I always think hundreds are great anyway, because they mean so much to players. But I think when they come from a place of relief, I think you can see, takes the helmet off, looks to the sky. I don't know if he's a religious man, but he looks to the sky, and he thanks someone up there who's looked down on him because he has been through the ringer. I mean, seeing a Babar Azam 100 in Pakistan, I know they come pretty frequently since 2019, but I mean that noise, you can't beat it. Even the noise when he walked off was actually was the wicket that let England into the game, into the pitch, I suppose. Even that was one of the kind. It felt like he was walking off into retirement. But the appreciation of 15,000 here yesterday, that was something to behold. So I think probably Baba first, and then Crawley second, and then you can arrange the other 5 however you wish. Yeah.
Perfect. And one final question, Vish. Let's say England hypothetically have 350 to 400 to defend in the final innings. Which English bowler do you think will hold the key with respect to getting those 10 Pakistani wickets?
Hold the key. I think it is going to be Jack Leach for me. I know he basically played second fiddle to Will Jacks, who took 6 for. But Leach is the kind of bowler who actually has come into his own in the last innings of games. Certainly when England have been chasing results, chasing those last 10 wickets. I think he's the key here in particular. Yeah.
All right, perfect. Well, thank you so much for your time, Vish. You've been very generous with your time, and I'll see you around. And have a wonderful remainder of your trip. And we love having you guys over here in Pakistan.
Cheers, it's very kind of you. Thank you for having us.
All right, thank you. And thank you, viewers, for tuning in. And if you want similar content, stay tuned. Brought to you by Grassroots Cricket.